Oh, dear.
I like your jump, actually. I do like that.
It's very kind of you, thanks. Where do we begin with Manchester United? I don't really know what's going on. There's so many things that I want to ask people like you that have played professional football before. I'll start with the 4-2-2-2. What's that? What's 4-2-2-2?
It's a complicated 4-4-2.
Right.
I don't understand it. You look at the formation yesterday, you've got Greenwood and Sancho in that second tier.
Yeah.
They have to track the fullbacks. They have to. Because if they don't, they get overrun. Yesterday, I think they played wing-backs, Wolves, as they do. They have to track the wing-backs. So it's a 4-4-2. It's just he's labelling it as a 4-2-2-2 like it's a special formation.
Yeah.
It's not working.
No, it's not working. It's not working. I looked at the team selection and I thought, why is Bruno Fernandes not playing? I think he's one of the best players Manchester United have got, but he's only one of the best players Man United have got when he plays that 10 role. I think you need to play. If you've got certain players like that, you have to play them in their preferred roles.
Yep.
It's pointless playing Bruno out on the wing, for argument's sake, left-hand side of midfield. It's pointless. I should say, I thought Phil Jones was excellent.
Yes,
I've been
I
one
agree.
of his biggest critics over the years. He's been out for 2 years. Any player that comes back after 2 years is going to find it very, very tough to keep up with the modern game. I thought he was United's best player, and make of that what you will, that United had a defender that was their man of the match. But I thought he was brilliant, so well done to him, to Phil Jones.
Yep.
I look at the United bench, I see players like Van der Beek. I don't quite know what's happening to him. I don't really know if his future's going to be at Manchester United. And then there are other players. I'm thinking if it's not clicking at United for whatever reason, it's clearly not. That performance, I think, was worse than the Newcastle performance. It was a dreadful performance from Manchester United. I look at the bench and I think, right, who on that bench will give it their all, will run about, can score goals, has got talent, and I haven't seen a lot of him recently. And when he went out on loan at West Ham was exceptional. Jesse Lingard.
Yes.
Right now, I'm not saying why didn't he bring Jesse? And United would have. I'm not saying that. But if it's not working, Jesse Lingard's the type of player I expect to see on the bench. Having said that, Mason Greenwood's the type of player I expect to stay on the field. I thought he was one of United's best players yesterday. I was devastated that he came off. There are so many things wrong with United at the moment, and whenever I hear Gary Neville talk, I love hearing Gary Neville talk. Right, I think he's the best pundit on the box. Him and Carragher are fantastic, but I think Neville's incredible. Whenever Gary Neville says something like, you can tell by their body language, or their faces tell you that, I feel as though he knows people on the inside of Old Trafford, and he's not just saying that because he has a hunch. He's saying it because he knows. That's what I feel when I listen to Gary Neville, and he obviously knows that something's not quite right behind the scenes. And it just saddens me that they got rid of Solskjaer at the time. It was the right decision, but United aren't anywhere near going forward now under Ralf Rangnick than they were under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it just worries me that, listen, you know more than anyone in this building what it's like if a new manager comes in and he doesn't have the backing of the players. When you look at the body language from the United players, what do you feel is wrong with them?
I just feel, unfortunately, with Ralf Rangnick coming in and all the talks about him not being the manager next season, that never works, in my opinion. It doesn't work. Now it should, because these are elite football players and they should want to be proud of their performance and push up the league as high as possible. But you go into a game and you think, if I play poorly, my future's riding. It's not riding on it for them. Potentially some of them will be looking for a move, so they have to produce some performances. Some will be looking at potentially the new manager coming in next season. Whatever he's doing, listen, it's early days. Obviously he had 6 games and it was his first defeat, by the way, in the league. So it's not all bad. It's poor.
Coming.
And let's just say, first and foremost, Wolves were outstanding.
They were, you're
yesterday.
right. I made that point last night. Yeah. We should pat them on the back. You are right.
We should, because they were very good and it was more down to them. But you just look at the players. It's not working. They shouldn't have taken Greenwood off. I think he was United's, apart from Phil Jones, he was one of their best players. Yes, bring Bruno Fernandes on, because, again, he came on, made a difference, should have scored. But don't take Greenwood off. And I was hearing Darren Bent earlier, and I agree. He looks scared to take Cavani, Ronaldo, Sancho off. Sancho just looks out of sorts, and I've backed him many, many times to come good. £73 million pressure got taken off a bit when they brought in Cristiano Ronaldo, but he needs to produce a bit more. There was when they went through and they were 2v1 basically, and he ignored Ronaldo. Absolutely fine. Get your shot off. It got blocked. It was after that. It was like the reaction after that. It was It's like just laziness. He tried to feed the right winger coming through Cavani. I think it was.
Let me ask you, that moment where he was clean through, right, I'm watching it as a football fan. I'm thinking Ronaldo's just on his shoulder. There's no player in front of Ronaldo. That would have been the ball to put through to him, okay? When you're in that position and things aren't going your way and you maybe feel personally you have a point to prove, i.e. if he scores a goal, that's good for him rather than necessarily better for the team. Do you think you make different decisions? If he would have had maybe 10 goals this season, would he have passed to Ronaldo?
Yeah, of course. And look, he made the wrong decision, and you're absolutely right. He's trying to impress a little bit too much. The price tag is not his fault, and I know I mentioned that, but it's not his fault. That's what they paid for him. But because it hasn't started too well, he hasn't hit the ground running. He wants a goal, and he wants a big goal. And if he can somehow ignore Cristiano, his run... The defender done very well there, by the way, because he looked like he was going to go to Cristiano and then stopped and blocked the shot. So he can get away with it a little bit there, but he made the wrong decision. He'll know that. He should have slipped it. And even Cristiano Ronaldo kind of changed from the game before. Now, whether he's heard, I think it was Gary Neville said, just called him whinge bags, whether he's heard that, because he didn't moan at all. He didn't throw his arms up where you'd expect Cristiano to be screaming for the ball, moaning why he didn't get it. But it's just something's not right. It's not working. They should be, the team they have, they should be doing a lot better than they are. But when you've got a manager that's going to be gone next season, it's very difficult.
Okay. Let's go to the phone lines. 03717 223344. Danny's a Spurs fan. He's first up. Hello, Danny.
Andy, Darren.
How are you, Dan?
How we do?
Yeah, not bad. Look, Man United are once again a mess. I mean, Antonio Conte was exactly who they needed. You know, they're arguably the biggest football club on the planet, and they've been starved of significant success for so long, and it's not there in itself shocking. And, you know, if I was a United fan, which I'm obviously not, but if it was, you know, I would take significant success with a short-term manager every day and twice on Sundays, rather than a potentially significant success with a potentially long-term manager.
Thanks, Danny. All Spurs fans will be over the moon about the fact that Conte went there. I think that the next manager Manchester United get could possibly be the biggest appointment in the club's history.
Absolutely. Do you not think it's strange, though, with Ralf Rangnick? I know it's his style of play, and I know Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, they've spoken so highly about him, but he's come in and immediately changed. Now, I would have come in as a manager, and I know other managers would have, and looked, what was their best game? The best game for me was against Spurs. And look, I know it was Nuno Spurs, and they weren't playing well at the time. They played a 3-5-2. Cavani, Ronaldo up top. Fernandes in number 10. Scott McTominay running things. Why not look at that and think, right, let's build on that? Or immediately put your 4-2-2-2. That's only going to confuse matters.
Let's take calls on it, shall we? 03717 223344. This is Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car. Buying without part exchanging could get a bigger discount on your next car.